And last but not least, here we are in chapter 6, part 3, which is on bystander intervention. And we save almost kind of the best for last because right now at this point in going through this course, like you've gone through, you are potentially one of the most educated people on consent of all of your friends, potentially almost most of your community. A lot of people know the basics around consent, but you have some of the most advanced and up-to-date knowledge that there is on this topic out there. So being that sort of knowledge warrior, you are super empowered now in addition to your own life, but to also think about how you might take that empowerment and help other people and help them in situations, so long as you're safe to do so, where other people might be in trouble. So this takes us to bystander intervention, and this talks about what I call kind of the 4Ds. The 4Ds, sort of a conglomeration. There's a lot of really good work out there of bystander intervention programs. I've taken a look at a bunch and I kind of collected some of the ones I thought were most accessible and most safe and easy to use for the majority of people. So shout out to all the amazing bystander programs that are already out there doing amazing work at a lot of different universities and colleges across the world. So the 4Ds to put together, we have distract, delegate, being direct, and documenting. And each of these are things that you can do if you see someone who might be in trouble. So first we want to know, very first step one is, what does it look like if another person's in trouble? This is where you get to use all the stuff we've learned so far about consent. Are you watching someone else be asked multiple times to go outside or go to the other room or do something sexually intimate? We know that's a flag. We know that's the switch of not being okay. Is someone very intoxicated and someone looks like they're trying to engage them sexually, when we know intoxication is not capacity to consent? Is there a relationship or something happening in an authority relationship that we know is not okay? A teacher, student, coach, athlete, something going on that we know isn't okay. Just looking at all of those things you know about consent in your own life, we've looked at how to apply it to yourself. But when you start thinking about the people around you, are you noticing anything unsafe happening there? So this whole approach does need to think, you do need to consider your safety first. It's the same thing as when you get on an airplane and they tell you, only help someone else with their mask once your mask is on, right? You always want to put your own mask on first if you become in jeopardy or in danger because you're trying to help someone else not be in danger. And now you're both in danger. Now we haven't solved anything. We've just made things worse for both of you. So we want to make sure at the very primary step, whatever you're choosing to do so, you're doing it in a way that's safe. And we'll talk about ways that you can still help while still staying safe yourself. So first, step one is identify the problem, notice that something is wrong, and notice that you now have the power to help. We don't want to say, oh, someone else will deal with that. Oh, that's someone else's problem, not mine. We want to be able to feel this empowerment now that because we know these things, and everyone hopefully can be that person who can step in and make sure that people are being held responsible, making good choices and staying safe. So if we notice one of these things happening and we're seeing something going on that's not okay, we're looking at some of those 4 options to us. So the first one, usually the easiest one, is the one to distract. So distracting is sort of, come up and join in the conversation, trying to be kind of casual about it. Like, hey, did you guys get the pizza? The pizza just arrived. Do you want to, you just sort of start by kind of seeing if you can change the conversation that's happening. Now, obviously, there's the risk that whoever is trying to create this sexual experience in an unsafe way may try to get you out of the picture. If you show up, I say, leave us alone. Can't you see we're busy? If you get that kind of reaction, noted. Definitely still not okay. We're not going to just, oh, darn, it didn't work and walk away. We're going to try and then go to some of the other strategies. So delegating, that would be if you are in a place where there is another safety person around. So let's say if you're at like a bar or a club, if you're older, there might be a bouncer. Go get the bouncer, delegate, get them to help. If you are, again, a little bit older, maybe you're in residence at a university or college, you're going to have like an RA or a Don on the floor who could be someone that could help. This might even be delegating to calling for help, police, or another adult. Maybe, again, if you're at a party and there's an adult in the house, or if your parents are at home, you can call them, right? Try and think of who you could sort of help out to come. Maybe a bigger, beefier friend of yours, you can go get them and sort of help power in numbers. So different ways you can sort of safely keep intervening, not just sort of walking away. Being direct. If, again, this one can be a little harder. Again, this is sometimes easier if you are a cisgender male, so male, still identifying with your male gender, and you present physically as a male. A lot of times you have an easier time noticing your privilege in creating power changes, especially if the other person who's being unsafe is another male. So if that is the case, speaking up directly, saying, listen, buddy, what's happening here isn't okay. Can't you see that he or she is intoxicated? Like, you can't do anything, bud. Like, this isn't cool, right? So directly saying that, you can even say, like, if you keep going, that's sexual assault, right? We don't do that, right? Like, you can use a direct approach with the person. Or just follow up, be like, yo, buddy, didn't you hear he or she, or this person said no? Didn't you hear her? Didn't you hear him? Right? So you can sort of reiterate whatever's going on there directly. You can also do the last one, which is document. So if something bad is happening, you've called for help, you've tried to intervene. If you're not safe to intervene, you've seen someone else who might be safer to do so. If it's still not safe to intervene, what you can do is you can get your phone out and you can start to record video and audio of whatever's going on. At very least, if this bad thing keeps happening and there's no way to stop it safely, this is possible evidence this person can use in the future to try to get sort of justice for this not good thing that's going on, the sexual assault. Know that if you do document, if you take video or audio of what's going on, please don't take it upon yourself to choose how that information is used. That is the decision of the person who has gone through that experience. Don't post it to social media. Don't pass it around. Keep it and try to identify who this person was so that you can let them know you have this evidence on you in case they want to use it in the future. Okay. So that's sort of the main thing. Another really good thing you can do is you can start to talk to your own friends and your own peer group right now, today, or tomorrow. Today's late, I don't know. But start to talk to your peer group now about consent and about how you guys should all work together in case you ever see something that's not okay, that get people on your side here, that you could be the person who speaks up, says something if you see something that's not right. So I have for you on this one, your handout for the section Bystander Intervention. You've got your 4 Ds to fill out after you have sort of those identified the fact that you can and will and should stand up for other people when it's safe to do so for yourself. And have a little pledge for you at the bottom here. So if you agree to the following, please sign your name below this pledge. And the pledge is, I believe that I have a role to play to help keep others safe when it is also safe for me to do so. I will be aware of what is happening around me and speak up to help keep others safe when I notice something is wrong. I will proactively ask my friends to help me, and we will practice the 4 Ds of bystander intervention when we can, and reach out for help from others when we need it. So I'm hoping everyone, now that you understand how important consent is, even more so than probably you did before, that that will be something that you believe in and can take forward in your life from here. So we will have one more little video from here that will be like a little wrapping up. We'll just take a moment to kind of reflect, look at a few things. And for now, you've done the bulk of the legwork. We've traveled the majority of the distance through this. You guys are amazing. You're awesome. I am so glad that you've done this, that you've learned this. And I can't even begin to talk about how thrilled I am. I'm going to go on about it again in the next video because I'm just that thrilled that I need to say it twice. So for now, we'll close off chapter 6, and I will see you at the wrapping up section where we'll do a few last little exercises and before we say goodbye.